Hey everybody, it's Paul Grossman, the dark arts wizard of AI-driven test automation. Good to see everybody over here. I decided to do a live stream because there's a couple of things I wanted to do to get started today. I guess get started later. All right. Works better with a headphones so I can hear stuff going on over here. Just a reminder, tomorrow about this time, I will be doing a live session where we're going to take the Candy Mapper Challenge using, uh, uh, let's see, Cypress. Yeah, Cypress. We're going to be doing the Candy Mapper with Cypress. And I guess in case you're wondering what the Candy Mapper Challenge is, I'm going to go and show that to you. So I think I will. Let's see, we're going to share a screen over here. Let's see. We will do. I don't think this is. I want to see. I want to share a screen. We'll go do that. Share a screen. We share screen. We want to share the entire screen, and that is going to be this guy here. We'll share that, and I'm going to go bring it to our stage over here. I got one person watching me, one guy watching from Facebook. Hey, just a reminder that if you want to ask any questions, you can actually ask me questions on here, and they went away. So, oh well, we'll let you know what's going on. All right. Anyway, so this is the thing I wanted to talk about. There's two things I want to try to take care of. One thing I mentioned was the Candy Mapper Challenge that we're going to be doing tomorrow. So if I go to candymapper.com, this is the Candy Mapper Challenge, candymapper.com. And essentially, it's the challenge is actually, yeah. Paulie, could you please share your screen so we can see what we're talking about? Yeah, this is it. Candy Mapper Challenge is over here. And this is essentially the instructions over here. The requirements are quite simple. The first thing is close this pop-up, then fill a couple fields in the contact field, and then verify a couple messages. So we could either click by Find My Candy or click the X to close this pop-up. Then we want to scroll down a little bit over to our contact field. You want to put in someone's name. That's all you really need to do. Click the Submit button, and then at this point, verify that you get a message saying you also need to have a valid email address. Put in an email address, me@me.com, and then click the Submit button. And the last thing to do is validate that you get a message that we will get back to you within 48 years. That's Candy Mapper Challenge over there. It's not what we're going to be doing today. Today we're going to be doing some other stuff, but I thought I'd do a live stream and kind of point something out to you. I do a lot of stuff in AI, so let's see. I have somebody else who's come by over to take a look at this. It's off of Twitch. Probably the guy who always messages me about looking at this other group, this other thing. All right. Well, there's only one person who always watches me over here from Twitch. I'm pretty sure it's that. Anyway, so what happened here is that what I want to do is earlier today, I wanted to see if I could clean up my hard drive because my hard drive is getting really, really full. And I will even show you what my hard drive looks like. If I go to my C colon over here, we'll go to my drive, my folder. Let's see, where's the, you would think my folder would be sitting here. Here we are. So if I go to this PC over here, you can see exactly how much storage I got. Now I got a large 11 terabyte drive. It is a hard drive, not a SSD, because that was really freaking outlandishly expensive. But I have my C drive, which is almost full, and I've got my D drive. And when this stuff gets full, I move stuff off to the Easy Store over here. The thing is that, I'm wondering if there's anything that's a duplicate that I could just delete rather than, moving it off storage. And I went over to the AI and said, are you able to search my hard drive for identical duplicate files? and it said it can search my local files, but only if using Copilot Windows app, which I am, and you've enabled the file search permissions for me on the settings. So I will go and I guess I'll do that if I can find the settings over here. Um, and then it said what it can't do is can't automatically scan the entire drive for duplicates. It can help me locate files by name, extension, file, and folder, assuming I know which ones might be the duplicates. I guess scanning by folder and subfolders, maybe. I don't know. What it can do is find duplicates, but tell me, hey, search my computer for files named whatever, and then find any ones that are bigger than this or with the same name, and then I can decide to delete them. Then I said, well, what tools would you recommend to perform this task? And it came back and says, well, finding identical files across the system, there's a few tools that pop up, and it listed everything. It listed Dope Guru, Why Duplicate Finder, Wise Duplicate Finder, WinMerge, and PowerShell. Apparently, it could do one right in PowerShell. I don't even have to go and find an app. Now, the interesting thing is that I already own a licensed copy of everything. And you're like, Polly, what is everything? And I said, I'll show you what everything is. Here's the everything app down here. And it's by a company called Ozlogics. Yep. I'm sorry. I promoted the wrong company. It's from a company called Void Tools, which I do like. I do like a lot. And essentially, what it does is it'll go and find a whole bunch of stuff. Now, apparently, I can use this to go and do a duplicate search with duplicate search plugins fastest for power users. Well, I asked it later. I said, hey, for me, I'll use everything in dupe search. Full transparency, scriptless, instant results, zero bloat. Sounds good. And I said, I actually own this. Tell me how I can do more deduping with it. And I said, well, sure. You can duplicate detect is one of its hidden superpowers. So what we're going to do today is we are going to go and take a look at some of the things that we've got there. So I want to look for some duplicate files. Let me see. So I got the folders listed up there, so I'll bring those up here. So first, find duplicates by the simplest, most often one is dupe name. So we're going to do a duplicate name. And yeah, there is a lot of this is kind of cool. Duplicate names. Nice. And I'm in folders, so if I search for everything, it will come up with stuff about duplicate names, not allowed, transport named pipe. These are all sorts of things that are duplicated out there, and I can go find them. This is so it finds the names exactly, and then I can refine it by saying, hey, go look inside my documents and use this path. So nothing came up on that path. So there's no duplicates in my documents, presumably. I guess those are extensions, but if I just do dupe name like this, it comes up with nothing. I can find duplicates by size, which is probably a lot more reliable. Sound, reverb, all this stuff. Look at all these things. Stuff that's been, boy, I wish I could see. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, hello. I was going to say, I wish I could see some of the details. Well, here's the size. And I mean, there's quite a bit of it. And if I get down to the very end here, it's 1K, but it's 1K multiplied like 1,000 times. So, yeah, this is something I could definitely use to go find some duplicates. And if I combine it with PNG, it'll show me that. But really, in this case, the largest duplicate size file it found was these audio files. So I guess I could go and delete them. Let's see, what did I get them out of? I guess there's copies of Premiere Pro and Media Encoder in over here. Interesting. All right. We can do combine these. Let's see what's the other one. We could do scoped. We could just say, hey, go find stuff that's in my CRC folder and see if there's any duplicates in there inside my repos. Well, there's my repos. And yeah, I have a couple of copied items over there that I might want to get rid of. They're all kind of small too. I could also bring this down to, hey, I need the same name and the same size. And I don't think that's right, because I'm pretty sure I have the same sizes. Let's see if I can find the size on these. Can I? Oh, those are the folders. We don't care about the folders. We care about the actual files here. I guess if I click on file size, what's the biggest I can find? Is this duplicate name and size? Well, these are duplicate name and duplicate size. So if I do this, then dupe size, maybe that doesn't quite work. Let's see. If I do size like that. All right. Well, combining it does not seem to work. At least not this one. Same content. So maybe I do this. Let's go see if I got anything that's got the same content. Nope. Same but different names. All right. Let's see. Does this come up with anything? Nope. So I can sort. I can safe deletion. I can hit shift delete or just delete. It goes to the recycle bin. And create a saved search. I can create search for duplicates anywhere. So that's actually kind of cool. So the AI did give me a pretty good idea on how to search for dupes. Here's the same dupes of CCs. Yeah, I think I might go and clear that out. Anyway, that's about 15 minutes of me showing you about this. On my next video, we're going to see if we can use AI to find elements on a screen. So please join me after that, and I will see you later. I hope you enjoyed this short little video about how to find stuff with everything. Oh, by the way, the reason I use everything is because if I'm looking for something on my computer, let's say Paul in gears. Really? I spent Greers. There's no Greers, but there are gears. I have everything over here. How about spelling gears right? Gears. There we go. So if I search for Paul in gears, I'll find Paul with gears and a whole bunch of different versions that I've done it before. So anyway, that's kind of cool. Wilmer Lima will be joining me tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and you'll be seeing that. So I'll be returning just a moment, and one of my friends just joined me on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm just about ending the live stream, but I'm going to start it up in just a moment if you want to join with. I'm going to do some AI coding in Playwright to try and get some dynamic element location coming up. And this has just been a video, if you're just joining here, about how one of my favorite tools called Everything can find stuff much faster than Windows. And we are talking about how it can actually find duplicates, and you can go delete a bunch of duplicates. So that's me, Paul Grossman, Dark Arts Wizard. I will be back in just a minute to do another live stream, and we're going to do some other cool stuff. Enjoy.